Hello my babies, welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leeor Alexandra. Welcome to the Baby Elephant community. This is the most positive community on YouTube where we talk about self-development, happiness, spirituality, law of attraction, and so much more. Sometimes K-pop, sometimes. Today I have a secret to share with you guys, and it might be the secret that you're missing in your law of attraction practice, because it's something that I think that we all know. We all came here to this world knowing this secret, but we forget. We just simply forget. And what that is that in order to manifest the life that you want, or anything that you want, people, events, experiences, material things, whatever it is that you want, your desires have to come from your heart space instead of your mind. This might seem intuitive, but when I was reminded of this just a few weeks ago, when I was reminded to take my energy and my thoughts out of my mind and instead focus on things that my heart actually desires, that's when my manifesting game changed up and literally where I felt like I leveled up. Now the reason why is I feel like when we are stuck on manifesting something, we just think about it over and over and over again. We constantly play it over in our minds and we obsess over it. And our mind does all these things to us. It tricks us into giving us reasons why we're not receiving what we want. But if we approached our desires from our heart, if we really tried to manifest from our heart instead of our mind, everything would come to us so easily because the heart doesn't struggle. It's our mind that struggles. Our mind has those limiting beliefs and those thoughts, and our mind is run by the ego while the heart is run from our higher selves. The heart is directly connected to source and our higher selves. So when we manifest from the heart, we're manifesting from pureness, from love, from truth. And when we manifest from the mind, that's when the resistances and blockages stop us from actually receiving the things that we want. So how do we move our attention from our mind to our heart? Well, first of all, deprogram yourself from thinking that you gotta think with your mind and you gotta be rational. Deprogram that programming. Let go of that programming. You would think that the way the media and society works that we might be inclined to follow our heart, but really if you really look at the way that movies and all this different media portrays following your heart, it's usually that following your heart gets you in trouble and following your mind and being rational is the way to go about things. And creating that thought pattern within people takes the power out of their hands and into the hands of corporations and people who keep us enslaved, basically. When we start to feel the emotions and the feelings that come from our heart and to manifest from the heart, that's when things start to get easier. How can you apply this new knowledge into your practice and into your daily life? Well, consider the intention behind the things that you desire. Does it come from the heart or does it come from the mind? Unfortunately, usually what we find is when we ask for material things, that does come from the mind, the ego, and not from the heart. That doesn't mean that you can't manifest it. Let me be very clear about that. You can still manifest from your ego and from your mind. You can still manifest from up here. It's just a lot more natural, more organic, and easier when you manifest from your heart. Most of the things that I focus on manifesting are from the heart. So the universe kind of just does all the work for me. It brings all the resources to me. When I want things from the head, yes, they'll come, but I kind of have to be more proactive about my manifestation. Heart Math Institute says that the heart is more powerful than the mind, the energy that it gives out, the vibes that it gives out. So imagine that you are manifesting, but you're using your heart, so it's 1,000 times more powerful. And it might be a little bit difficult in the beginning when you're first starting to start thinking to yourself, okay, so I'm trying to manifest this into my life. Is it coming from my heart or from my mind? Is it coming from my heart or from my mind? And the way that you figure that out is you try to think of what your intention is behind it. So I was talking to this baby Ellie the other day. She was explaining to me how she really wants to manifest her ex back. And I wanted her to kind of define her intention for that. So I was like, well, why? What is it that you want? And she answered, I want him to be with me and not with someone else. And I said, okay, that's getting closer, but why? What's your intention behind that? Because I want him to want me back. Okay, we're getting a little bit closer. What is your intention behind that? And she kept answering until we got all the way to the bottom intention. And the intention was she wants to feel validated. She wants to feel good about herself. And she thinks that manifesting her ex back is actually going to make that happen. And that's not something that you can just automatically know. It takes a little bit of reflection, like she experienced. We went all the way back down to this one intention. Now this intention comes not from the heart, but from her ego. Her ego needs the validation because her heart already knows that she is perfect. She's flawless, complete, and whole, and doesn't need the validation of anybody else. So this is why she was having a harder time manifesting her ex back, because the intention behind it wasn't as pure as it could have been. It will get more simple over time. Just try to figure out what your intention is behind whatever it is that you're manifesting, and then see if you can manipulate it to come from your heart instead of your mind. Let's say that she still wanted to manifest her ex back. Maybe she had to change her intention. Maybe her intention had to become, I want to have this loving, beautiful relationship with this man that is no longer with me. So that becomes her new intention, and now that comes from the heart. So you can manipulate this, or you can kind of gain insight about what it is that you really want. And when you see that it's coming from the ego and not from the heart, you can reassess and figure out what it is that you actually want in your life that resonates with your higher self. That's it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it made sense. If you have any questions, hit the comments below. I'll try to get to as many of them as possible. I love you. Thank you for watching. Thumbs up this video if you enjoyed it. It's a little different, right? A little different format. Until my next video, keep your vibrations way, way, way up. Bye.